So, in this video, I'm basically just going to be yapping about what I think the future of Animal Company is going to be like, related to, like, the lake and everything. So, as you know, possibly, actually don't know, but, if you've been on the game recently, there is this thing. Nobody really knows what it is, except I have some theories. So, my theory is that the collection of silver and uranium are going to help power the giant... Oh, crap. Oh, I almost died. It's fine. So, if you've explored, you'll notice that there's a giant satellite dish up here. This makes a weird buzzing noise, meaning it's probably connected to some kind of power source, likely made of uranium and silver. And we're having to collect the uranium and silver to fuel the remote acquisition machine, which is the satellite dish that we see. So I think once we have that done, it's gonna power this cargo ship that is featured here. My theory is that the cargo ship is gonna hold a bunch of tools, resources, and things like that. And we're gonna have to use those to try and remove the uranium from the lake that the company accidentally spilled in there about 50 years ago. That's my theory. So, I think the reason that the lake is poisonous, and if you go in it, you die. I think that the reason for that is that, a while ago, the company accidentally spilled a bunch of uranium into the lake.
Which is why I look like this when I come out. Hi, guys.
So that's why I think that we can't go in the lake currently, because it's poisoned. Us employees can only handle little chunks of uranium, which is why we can put them in there and fuel the machines. But I think the reason all the monsters are mutated is because they haven't always been monsters. Canopy, I think Canopy used to be like a thriving business that tried to make the world a better place by creating creatures and stuff like that that would help the world. Giant chickens for food, rocks that have legs so that they can help with building, I don't know. And also a lot of other things. Like, they also provide us all of the tools we need. Well, technically that's obsidian, I think? Or L3 energy, I don't know. There's a lot of companies within the company. But anyway, so I think that the reason that we have to put uranium and silver into the machine is to power the actual remote acquisition machine. I think that these broccolis and like the broccoli bombs also have something to do with it, because these have probably been soaked in uranium or silver or something like that, some kind of strand of metal, or I don't really know. But that's just a guess, by the way. I think that once we're done filling this machine, which is actually gonna be tomorrow, it just shrunk. So once it's done, it's gonna fuel the cargo ship. We're gonna have to work on the cargo ship to try and remove the uranium from the lake, so that we can swim in it, and so that the environment itself will be a better place. Because the reason that we have to work here is because, if you haven't noticed, this game has a lot of natural problems associated with it. I mean, that's the reason I think the experiment's gonna fail, because if there wasn't danger and chaos, then what would make this game, you know? It's kind of what it's all about. But it says there's a 110% chance of success. I still don't think it's gonna work. Even though there's 110% chance. But even if it does work, I never mind. It's not gonna work. Knowing this game, anything they say is probably a lie. Or not really a lie, just like not telling us exactly what's going to happen. Because if they did, then what would be fun about this game? But so the board actually does say that they wrote this a few days ago, but it says 72 hours, return just like new. It also says return before anyone notices. I'm just barely noticing that. But I think that they're trying to fix the whole monster thing with, I don't know. There's clearly something wrong with the corrupted Canopy Group company. And I think they're trying to, like, kind of cover up their mistakes and fix things. Which I get. That's a good business strategy. But no, I don't think it's gonna work. I think everything's gonna fall apart. The uranium's gonna leak out of that dome-looking thing. And it's gonna mess up everything. It's gonna warp the land, kind of turn into a weird Mageddon type situation if you've ever seen Gravity Falls. So that's the thing that I think is gonna break. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have about it. But yeah, if you have any other theories, post them in the comments. But I think that us employees are kind of doomed here. I don't know. We'll see what happens, because the update is tomorrow. Okay, see you guys.